A very good morning to all of you. Vanakkam. In fact, a lot of wisdom has already been shared by the doyens who are there on the dais. Very practical how they have grown, and Professor was even more, has gone into the depths of how we can use recycling for sustainability of industries, especially now that we are all seeing a shock which is happening in the last 1 month. In fact, I am a student of chemistry, and I was surprised when director from the Anna University was here, because I'm an alumni of applied chemistry before going into civil services. And after joining civil services, my entire tenure has been on the security and strategy side. So you would have seen that's why I've been in home affairs and all that. And then I've come to trade. And for the last 3 years, when I've seen commerce, trade will be the backbone of the country. If the country has to grow, that's why if you see the targets, if even we need to ensure the security of this country, as long as our trade grows and our strategy with other countries grows, we will be strong and protected, because other countries need our goods, we need their technology, and it's a collaborative relationship. When I say collaborative relationship, all of you have to look into the nature. Nature is always in a collaborative relationship. One feeds the other. If the whole ecosystem is not there, nature cannot sustain itself. So whether it's a plant, seed, the leaves will decay, the worm will, so it is constantly feeding to the another thing. Nothing can be linear. For a strong, sustainable environment, nothing can be linear. So this is a basic principle. So all of us who are innovators, every businessman, every industry is actually an innovator. Starts from the drawing board, how to manufacture, how to trade, how to sell, everything goes into it. But as you do that, we need to look at sustainability also. So I was very happy when you was talking about recycling and how you have to see which materials require complete raw material and which can be used from the recycling industry also. We should know, like we should go back to the drawing board to understand how to sustain our industries. And it's very important to have these shocks also. COVID was one shock. It's like, a vaccination. You get to know only when that threat is there, what are the opportunities available. Now this this skirmish or this war which has happened is giving a new threat with reference to energy security. Really speaking, we are, if the war doesn't stop, we will be having a lot of issues with reference to raw materials, especially fertilizers and other things. You have to understand, because that's basically going into the food production cycle. So we are on a threshold of a big problem, but as a country with 140 crores minds, I'm sure we will be innovative enough to do something so that we don't go into the real dreaded situation. And we need to pray for it. Really speaking, all our thoughts, the fact that I was very happy when I came here, I just went around a little bit of the stalls to see the strength of I was very happy to see so many stalls, so many people coming here, because this particular exhibition is a collaborative approach, both machine tools and plastic. So one part of the ecosystem and another part of ecosystem has come. I would be happy if even other things come into play, like packaging and all those kinds also come into, because all of you have to understand everything forms a part of your thing, and you are supportive of a whole big universe, which is it may be your manufacturing cycle, it may be the world, it may be, but all of you need to support each other so that you can really grow up and create also more wealth. You see, value addition as a country where we were basically a producing country and now we are moving to a manufacturing country. The more important thing is how much of value you are adding to the products which you are creating. The more value you add, the more value you get for the time you spend on your work. All of us have limited time. Life is limited. Every day is only 24 hours. Time is also money. In fact, somebody was talking about delayed projects. Yes, every delayed project is a lot of value lost. It's not something very small to look at. So time, I give a lot of value to the time, because if you don't do something in a particular period of time, it is of no use. So each of us, when we are working also, we may think, oh, it's delayed only by 1 month, only by 2 months, but it may have far-reaching consequences later on. If you don't innovate, again now I can tell you, when I started, when I was studying, you need to go to the library to take books. Today everything is in a palm top. Palm top was a question for me in civil services. Today in the mobile you can see anything and you don't need to go to the library to take it. Today you have, this is a small thing, but when you come to the other side, you have AI. AI gives so many things. So all of us, if we have not understood what is that new technology, even you may be 60-year-old, whatever it is, you need to go into it to understand what it is. Today it is like a treadmill. To stay where you are, you should keep running, because the world is changing by the minute. There is no, I am just telling you the present state of the world, and all of us, even in government, 30 years back in 96 when I joined government, and what it is today is very, very different. We need to go back to the drawing book. Practically 1 week back we would have been planning something else, and this week we are planning completely a different thing. So it's very different stage in which maybe the earth is evolving to, or the world is evolving to. We all are part of the world only, but we need to be ready for what it is. This is what is the opportunity the world is showing us. This is the mirror it is showing us. We also need to interact with it in the same way. Old methods, past methods may not work in the new scenario. It is, before and all we will say time-tested method available hai. Time-tested for only fundamental principles. Time, hard work, all those are time-tested. But what as a procedure man has created, they may have been time-tested but may not work in the new technology world. 3D printers is again a new threshold in technology. It is important for India also, because even though we may have labor and everything, skilling the labor and keeping the labor for years together. Some earlier and all, somebody joins a company, will be there for 30 years. You cannot expect it anymore. If somebody sticks to a company for even 5 years, I would be very surprised. So which means the way a system or a procedure or the way resilience has to be built into the processes is far more important today. Otherwise, actually, one small thing can create such a big risk and such a big loss also. So my job to you, because being in the government side, understanding from a very top level of how information is flowing and what are the risks and what are the issues which are facing us on a day-to-day basis, I am only conveying to all of you that you all also need to be ready to adapt to this, and among yourself, among the industries, you need to collaborate far more. It is no more it should always be a win-win relationship. There is no win-lose relationship at all. You have to know how to collaborate and make the cake bigger. There is no, crab mentality of drawing down each other. That cannot work in the future world. Importance has to be given for networking. This exhibition itself, I hope all of you take advantage of it. Collaborate more, look at your cross relationships, see what can be, developed more. You may be needing something, but that is not, somebody else is doing something, whether they can do that for you. You need to go into go to the drawing board, and this is an opportunity. From coming back to DGFT, you have to understand, we want to promote more exports. Exports also help in developing our technology. When you know what the world is requiring, you will come to know what is the best of the technology which is required. If you see our schemes also, we have a export promotion capital guarantee scheme, EPCG. Now there you can, whatever, if you want to export goods, whatever capital good you need, you can import them without taxes. So we are giving an impetus to improve your technology to export. So most of you who are just domestic manufacturers, please look into it whether you can do even a 5% or 10% of your trade into exports, because that will help you to look into whether you can upgrade your technology. It will also help you to improve, look at what can be done with the available policies of the government for improving, because capital is also very important, right? So you need to look at what are the schemes available for you to improve your technology, okay? Second thing is there's a new program called Export Promotion Mission. Now this is a 5-year program where we are targeting the MSME. I'm very happy director from MSME is here because MSMEs are the basic group of industries whom we are going to really concentrate in the next 5 years, because we want to strengthen them. We want them to be our pillars of the thing. And they also, because there are so many numbers, they will be good in creating asset creation as well as wealth for the country. You see, each MSME, if they grow even 10%, will be far more helpful for the whole country, because they, the trickle-down effect and the growth in the rest of the, wherever they are located, will be far more. So our focus will be on MSMEs. And Export Promotion Mission, we have 2 broad pillars. One is Niryat Protsahan and one is Niryat. Protsahan means encouraging, and Niryat Disha is the direction. You see, till now we never had export bill factoring, we'd never had things like testing and all these we are doing for the rest of the other country requires testing, so but that is not getting reimbursed. All these will be now, they are now for the MSMEs. If you come online and you put it, we are going to reimburse those costs. So that way you're aligning them to the requirements of the rest of the world also. Also the MSMEs will also come to know how the quality of the product has to improve. So, so this Export Promotion Mission has a far bigger objective. In fact, since I come from Aadhaar, I still remember identity as a platform was a basic requirement from a financial angle. Nobody will, and I'm from the finance background actually. So finance, UPI today, what you are seeing is only because identity as a platform became easier for the mobiles to do KYC. Otherwise, UPI cannot work. So you needed another platform for it to build upon. So coming back as an analogy here into the trade, Export Promotion Mission ka jo platform abhi hoga, that will be the builder for us to enable us to grow more, make more exporters. As on date, we only have 1 lakh active exporters. I may have a 5 lakh IEC code, but actively, and when I say active exporter, a definition is having 1 export or 1 import in the financial year. So you can understand how little we are in the whole world. So we have a stall, DGFT has a stall here, where if you have, some of you who do not have an IEC can actually apply. It's an online method. So you can look and try to foray into the export world. The other thing which I want to leave with all of you is this, this exercise of an exhibition where you are not only networking, you should also be, you see here again, I'm very happy that there are the education institutions also here, CPET and thing. You see, we cannot, IIT is doing a very good job. In fact, we are collaborating with them on the GEMN thing where artificial diamond is being created and for that industry. But CPET being a plastic thing, you need more such collaborations because the innovation is at a very young age. You know, the people were, today education can no more be only book oriented. It has to connect with the industry. So we need these educational institutions to collaborate with the industry so that some new idea which comes into a new student. I still remember my old zeolite resin for removing hard water in applied chemistry as my thesis thing. That needs capital to grow also. So we need the educational institutions to collaborate with the industry and the industry to collaborate with the educational institution so that it feeds. You get manpower, skilled manpower, and they give you the innovation or what innovation they have to work on. That comes into place. It needs a little bit of structuring, but IIT Madras may be the best educational institution based on which you can copy the structuring. You see, copying, even a child, baby, it starts to talk by copying. You start first by copying and then you start innovating. So you need to look at ways and means to collaborate and network here so that we can actually build on our R&D. R&D is very pathetic in the country and that needs a lot of effort. And it is not a difficult task. Once you collaborate, within 5 years, it will be far more. I'm happy that the professor told me that in the last 5 years, this has changed a lot. And somebody said in the last 2 years also, the exhibition has improved. So, which means there's a lot of improvement. But this is an era of opportunity for the country. The government, we are getting into the programs. In fact, we are facilitating a lot. Please do attend some of our programs, in fact, where we teach everything today. Then I leave you with two websites, dgft.gov.in and tradeportal.gov.in. Please go into these websites. Lot of information is there. What are the opportunities, everything. Because all the new FTAs, in this small talk, I can't explain all the new free trade agreements and everything which has come. But which product, how much of duty is saved, everything you will get on tradeportal.gov.in. And with this, I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. And I wish all of you the best of luck and please, and abundant prosperity in your life. Thank you.